Many thanks for joining us on Politics HQ tonight. This is the story that made our headline. Let's tell you that former Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai has accused President Bola Ahmed Tinubu of illegally deducting about 100 billion naira monthly from the Federation account without legislative approval. El-Rufai alleged the unauthorized withdrawals have continued for over 15 months, totaling about 1.5 trillion naira, and are funneled to security agencies despite the rising insecurity nationwide. He criticized the lack of transparency and insisted the deductions violate constitutional provisions, pointing out that neither the National Assembly nor state legislatures sanctioned the massive spending. El-Rufai further questioned the administration's handling of national security, citing alarming deductions and death figures he claimed surpassed those recorded in Buhari's tenure. He also faulted Tinubu for what he described as failure to initiate or complete any new federal project in nearly 2 years, despite increased national revenue. The claims made during a now viral interview sparked renewed scrutiny of the presidency's fiscal conduct and performance. However, our focus tonight, our conversation continues with Atiku's resignation from the People's Democratic Party. Will he get the ADC ticket for 2027? Topical question there. Welcome. I am Dakpo Adigboye. Let's get the answers. It's no news that Atiku Abubakar has resigned from the People's Democratic Party, also known as the PDP, and joined a coalition under the African Democratic Congress, also known as the ADC. This move is seen as a significant shift in Nigeria's political landscape, especially with its implication ahead of 2027 general polls. Well, joining me right now to discuss this is Dr. Pedro Obaseki, former campaign consultant to Atiku Abubakar. I also have Tahir Shehu, is the PDP Chairman. He joins, that's for Adamawa State. He joins virtually from Adamawa. Gentlemen, thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
All right, let me start with you, Mr. Shehu. I mean, yes, you are the chairman of the PDP in your state. I mean, as a strong member of the People's Democratic Party, I want to believe you have no intentions of defecting yet. But
I've been in PDP from the inception, from 1998 till date.
Mr. Shehu, can you hear me, sir? Okay, I think we're having a bit of difficulty trying to connect with Mr. Shehu. Let me come to you, Dr. Obaseki.
And I'm now the chairman of the party, serving my second term.
Okay, we lost you for a moment. We didn't get a bulk of what you said, but this is where I'm going with my question. I mean, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar's exit from your party, for you as the chairman of the party in your state, Adamawa State, how does this news meet you? Do you consider this a major loss to your party?
Well, to be candid with you, Atiku is a figure to reckon with in PDP. And being the founding father of this party, in Adamawa State, 6 of them were the conveners of this party in Nigeria in 1998. Atiku Abubakar himself, Chief Joel Hamajod Amadaki, Ambassador Wilberforce Bafte Juta of the blessed memory, may his soul rest in peace, Professor Jibril Amin of blessed memory, may his soul rest in peace, let Ali Baba, former Minister of Internal Affairs, may his soul rest in peace, and Bamanga Tukubu, our former national chairman, who is still alive. 6 of them were among the founding fathers of this party in Nigeria, and they are the conveners in Adamawa State. And he was the first person to contest for governorship in Adamawa State. God said he will not serve as a governor, but a vice president, of which he served for 8 years. So if you can see the trajectory of his political history, it's a figure to reckon with. So we definitely receive his exit with sadness. But that notwithstanding, Adamawa State is traditionally the home of PDP from 1998 till date. And thank God that the love of the party had been transplanted in the minds of the entire citizens of Adamawa State. That is why the time he exited almost 2 or 3 times, that does not deter the success of Adamawa State.
All right,
winning PDP.
Okay, because I was just about to ask, but maybe I'll come back to you with that question. If, of course, there'll be some sort of blowback as a result of this defection. Maybe you see a situation where some members of your party, because of his exit from your party in this state, would also leave the PDP and move with Alhaji. But let me bring my next question to Dr. Obaseki. Dr. Obaseki, thank you for your time. At some point, you are a consultant for the Nigeria's former Vice President, Atiku Abubakar. In his letter to the party and reason for his defection, he used the word or the phrase irreconcilable differences. I mean, use some like what we can see on the screen there. I'll just read an excerpt. I would like to take this opportunity to express my profound gratitude for the opportunity I've been given, to serve from the party. And it goes on to say, however, it is necessary to part ways due to the current trajectory the party has taken. And it goes on to say, I resign, recognizing the irreconcilable differences that have emerged. I would like you to speak on that and what you think. Dr. Obaseki.
Well, I will start by quoting Shakespeare. Shakespeare says that there is no art yet to tell the mind's construction in the face. There is no way I can go into the mind of Atiku Abubakar and then begin to discern the inner workings of his mind. So, but taking into consideration, we are not blind, we are all in Nigeria. We've seen what has happened or what has been happening to the PDP. We've seen the seeming total, almost unethical hijacking of the party apparatus under the voice of Jacob and the hand of Esau. When you look at what has been happening and the contributions of someone, a principal actor like Nyesom Wike, we are not blind. So anybody who thinks that all is well within the PDP.
I think we are having a bit of a difficulty there trying to connect with Dr. Obaseki. If you can hear me, we lost you for a moment.
Can you hear me?
Okay, please go ahead.
I can hear you clear. I can hear you clearly.
Okay, please go ahead. You can pick up, sir.
Okay, I said, if a man of the essence of Alhaji Atiku Abubakar decides to leave the PDP, we are not all blind to what has been going down. So if you say, why did he leave the party? The party is comatose. To make it even worse, the demographic growth of Nigeria is a crisis waiting to explode. And it seems as if the PDP has, how will I say it, abdicated its traditional role as the major opposition party in the state, in the country. So when you look at someone like Nyesom Wike, who is the minister of the Federal Capital Territory, a supra minister of sorts, dictating the happenings in the PDP, where he's not been ethical enough or have enough integrity to leave the party and serve the party he's serving in government. So I don't blame Atiku Abubakar. Let's be frank with ourselves. I listened to Alhaji Tahir. He's a very respected person within the body politic of the PDP, particularly in the Northeast. But I want to say this. Anybody who is blind to whatever is happening in Nigeria today is someone who has been economical with the truth. And the sitting government is making it, has become almost like a nadir, the death knell of Nigerian democracy, because the engine room and the oil, the lubricant that lubricates the entire democratic process is choice. And choice does not exist when you have decided to hamstring the opposition. So what happened on July the 2nd, 2020, it's not a long time, just July the 2nd, we are still in July 2025 in Abuja with the declaration of the ADC, it actually shows that 2027 is going to be a watershed moment for this country. So I actually totally sympathize with the movement of Atiku and the likes of him from the PDP, because the PDP is like a kid that missed the bus right now.
Okay, just before we go on this break, I need you. I'm just going to put this to you. Bluntly, looking at all the political permutation, and even we know the internal crisis within the People's Democratic Party. I mean, you are at some point a consultant to Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. Would you say that this move is wise?
I would like to actually sit here and talk not as a consultant or a one-time consultant to Atiku Abubakar, but as the immediate past National Director of Strategy, Planning and Research, or the PDP Presidential Campaign Council. So I actually would say I was in the very engine room of the entire electionary campaign of the PDP, an opportunity that I think I would thank the party for ever till I die. So, but I will say quickly, the arithmetics, let's be frank, does not presently favor the PDP as it is so presently constituted. That is the truth. And if someone as cerebral, politically cerebral, as Atiku Abubakar have seen it, and it is not just Atiku alone, you can see that there has been a plethora of defections and exits, or let me put it this way, a mass exodus from the PDP in the last 3 weeks. It's just less than 3 weeks since this happened. Now, when you look at that trajectory, and you look at the kind of responses from that very get-go, that all those who are in power or all those who are in the APC have challenged this movement of just one man from the PDP, it shows that there is a lot more than meets the eye. I will not decide for Atiku Abubakar on why he should leave the party. But Pedro, I have lost faith entirely in the entire political infrastructure that the PDP once stood for. Today, Nigeria is a nation on its knees. We are almost a failed state, taking into consideration the definitions of same.
All right.
And today, the PDP, which is supposed to be the major opposition and the umbrella for those who are aggrieved within the Nigerian nation, has abdicated that role as it is. So if people come together, people who are well-meaning, who all have a stake in the Nigerian Commonwealth, have decided that, look, we have to live so that we don't sink with a boat that is presently rudderless, captainless, directionless, a party that in the last 2-3 years have not been able to steer its own ship, has no constitutionally recognized a chairman of the party, cannot convoke its own congresses for the last few years. Come on. We have people that many may describe as brigands in power. You have to be able to.
Dr. Obaseki, you've given the People's Democratic Party, a couple of critical knocks I think when we return from this break, I would give Dr. Shehu the opportunity to respond, as a strong party member to some of this, what I call it, issues that you have raised within the party. But let's go on a quick break. When we return, the show continues. We'll be right back. Many thanks for staying with us. It's still Politics HQ on News Central Television, and we are discussing the resignation of Alhaji Atiku Abubakar from the People's Democratic Party and his association with the coalition, the platform of the ADC. I still have my guest with me, Dr. Pedro Obaseki, former campaign consultant to Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, and also Tahir Shehu is, of course, the chairman of the People's Democratic Party in Adamawa State. Gentlemen, thank you for staying with me. I'm coming to you, Mr. Tahir Shehu. Many party members have expressed strong dissatisfaction with the current workings within the People's Democratic Party. Some have, pointed to gaps within its leadership, while some have even pointed fingers to say some members, openly practice anti-party activity, and it seems like nothing is being done. Hence we are seeing this mass defection. I mean, as a party member yourself, are you comfortable with some of the workings currently within your party? And what do you make of the role of the FCT minister, Nyesom Wike, in your party?
To all those that exited the party, but to be sincere, they have not been fair to the party because it is the platform that gave them the opportunity to showcase themselves, and the party worked round the clock to ensure that they succeeded in the opportunity they have been given, of which they succeeded. And at the same time, to the core of my heart, I gave 100% pass mark to the leadership of this party at the national level. And with due respect to all, Nyesom Wike, I have no any relationship with Nyesom Wike except the fact that he is a colleague, a lawyer, and in fact, he is one of the persons that I highly respected because from the formation, he had never left this party for once. And I can challenge anyone that is hearing me. Let anybody come out from any part of this country, if he is within this party, to show me that he contributed in sustaining the party much, much, much more than Nyesom Wike. And I believe if they can arrange a one-on-one talk with Nyesom Wike and any other person that feel he contributed more in sustaining this party with him. God who met me.
But Barrister Shehu, let me come in here. You talk of contribution. I would like you to elaborate on his contribution to the party.
Before he joined the APC cabinet, he wrote to the party. He wrote to the party in his own word. He wrote to the local government, and he wrote to his state. He copied the national headquarters of the party that he is being called to serve the nation. And that notwithstanding, he is still remaining in his party, of which he remained. I believe there is nothing he has done physically that warrant the party taking any action against him. And if there is, then those who are supposed to complain did not complain. And the party in its own cannot initiate anything that will punish a person without a complainant. There was a disciplinary committee in place under the chairmanship of which I was a member, Tom Ikime. And I believe there was no any sanction or complaint specifically directed to the committee against his action. And if there is, those who are supposed to come and defend that committee complaint did not show up. So as far as I'm concerned, with due apology to those who exited the party, who are exiting, which is very normal. Normal in politics that we experience this. And from formation to date, PDP for long had been experiencing this kind of turbulence, and thank God it is sustaining it. And I believe up till now, PDP is the only messiah to the present situation we found ourselves. It's the only alternative party. But for those who are sabotaging the party, let them go out. The PDP, by God's grace, will work strong and stronger. And by the grace of God, come 2027, PDP will be the only alternative party that will challenge the present administration. Is the only alternative that can bring panacea to the suffering of the masses of Nigeria.
All right, Barrister Shehu, thank you so much. You said that for you of course, for those that may be uncomfortable, they're free to leave. But let me come back to Dr. Obaseki. In case you would like to respond or react to some of the things Barrister said, please feel free. But my question to you is this. I mean, as a strategist, campaign strategist within the People's Democratic Party at some point, what would you advise as a, will I call it strategic move of His Excellency Atiku Abubakar right now? I mean, there are speculations that he might officially join the ADC and maybe run as a candidate. But some are saying maybe that might not even be the right move, that he should endorse, you know, a certain individual in person of Peter Obi, and that way they get to stand a chance and all of that. So I just want you to speak from a depth of knowledge and what you think should be the next move. Should he sit back as an elder statesman, or should he run again as a presidential candidate? I'm talking of the person of Alhaji Atiku Abubakar.
Is almost hydra-headed. So I would try as a professor of media studies to decipher them one by one. But first, before I come to your questions, I just want to quickly say that Alhaji Shehu, Tahir Shehu, I'm happy he said that Wike was funding the party at one point in time. And that was, it's clear to everybody, that was roughly after the exit of Goodluck Jonathan as the president of the nation. So that is understandable, but it's like a man who contributed to building pillars within a housing infrastructure decide to pull down all the columns. We all know today that there is no greater anti-party that was done by anyone outside of Nyesom Wike and his journeymen in the 5 governors. We understand that. We cannot pretend that those does not exist. We also know that as we so speak, from 2023, we still have an acting chairman, Damagu, thereby taking away the right of those from North Central to occupy the position of the national chairman. Outside of that, we all know that Mr. Wike, who is supposedly a card-carrying member of the PDP, is presently the major spokesperson of Bola Tinubu of the APC. And talking about defections and defections and defections, there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. That is part of our democratic process. If we remember, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, was in the AD, Alliance for Democracy. He pulled out of AD. It's not rocket science. Just before the election of 2003, by then I was managing director in that communication, so I knew what was going down. He formed the AC to ACN, ACN to form a coalition with the CPC and all the other to form the APC. So there's been that thing is a movement in transition. Let's look at our late president, Muhammadu Buhari. When he started, it was APP to AMPP, AMPP, he formed the CPC, CPC joined an alliance with the APC, and he contested for presidency five times, 2003, 2007, 2011, no, 6 times, 2003, 2007, 2011, 2015, 2019, until he left office 2023. So let's not use that as a benchmark. As for Atiku, deciding what to do in his own personal capacity, I think legislating his right to do whatever he wants to do is to encumber the man, deny him of his rights. Anybody within the Federal Republic of Nigeria, North, East, South, whether you are Kerekere, Bachama, Marigi, Bini, Edo, Delta, anywhere you are from, Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, you have a fundamental right to contest for anything within the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
That of course is established. Dr. Obaseki, that is established. I'm just asking you for your own personal opinion on this as a campaign strategist yourself. Do you think it's advisable that he runs as a presidential candidate, or he should sit back and become an elder statesman, giving his blessings to candidates coming forward?
Okay, that's what I want to say now. See, on a strategic level, the fact that Atiku Abubakar decides to even resign from the PDP is a huge strategic move. If that wasn't of strategic essence, myself and Tahir Shehu won't be on air today. This is a topical issue because it has reverberating strategic impetus. That is the truth. So for me, I am an advisor. I am not a decision maker, and it is not also in my right to come on air and begin to legislate what anybody wants to do. I don't think so. But as for Atiku Abubakar as a man, I have my personal impressions because I've been close to him. I still feel that even after he exits the scene, Nigeria needs someone in the frame of an Atiku Abubakar. A man who doesn't care whether you are Hausa, Igbo, or Yoruba, a man who chose all the time, a man who is maybe the most friendly person to people of Igbo extraction, from Senator Ben Obi to Peter Obi. Peter Obi is Peter Obi today because Atiku took Peter Obi as his running mate. So and that gave Peter Obi the national platform for him to exercise himself. If I am chosen tomorrow as a vice presidential candidate, I will feel that I owe it to whoever had that, who made that monumental geometric move. So I believe that anybody, both of them now are back in the same coalition. And I think it would be unethical, it will be almost Mephistophelian, that is almost devilish, for people to begin to impugn what each of them should do. They are men of timber, they are men of undoubtable caliber. They can decide within themselves. Whether he's going to run or he's not going to run, it's like putting the cart before the horse. There are structural issues that the PDP has failed to address. And these structural issues must be addressed by the coalition of which all of them are members. So once that is done, then saving Nigeria from its present monumental comatose state is a task that must be done. And it's beholding on Atiku Abubakar as a father of the nation. It is beholding on people like Peter Obi to put their heads together and look at our history, our historiography, and be able to design a better way to move Nigeria forward.
All right, Dr. Obaseki, thank you so much. Let me come to Barrister Shehu. Barrister Shehu, just quickly, you said that it's okay for those that want to sabotage the party to leave. But for some individuals, they feel that right now the PDP is more or less a carcass of its old self. What's your response to that? Some even think that your umbrella is not just leaking anymore, it's torn. So what next for your party?
Well, it they are personal feeling, but let me respond small to what Dr. Pedro has said. I heard him very well. He is very close to Atiku Abubakar, and he is right that Atiku Abubakar as a person has his own views, has his own innermost decision, either to exit or to remain to salvage the party. However, blood is thicker than water. I am not only close to Atiku, I am related to Atiku. Let Mr. Pedro ask him, who am I to Atiku? He is my uncle, and I have so much respect for him. Being in the same party or not, my respect is always to him. But with regard to politicking, he has the right to have his own view. I have the right to have my own view. To me, as a person, if I should advise him as a father, as an uncle, honestly, if I were him, and he had been telling me so many times, because there was a time I said, Daddy, if I were you, God has given you everything in this world. Why can't you just relax, forget about this? He said, Shehu, let me tell you, I have what to offer to Nigerians, and I don't want to die without making this offer to them. I said, well, very good, but not many people that are appreciating. But at this time, if I were him, and if I would advise him, of which up till now, I've been so close to him, and I have intention of sitting with him to advise him that, Daddy, to me, if I were you, you will not leave PDP. You are the founding father. You spend so much to make PDP what it is today, even though you have been given opportunity to showcase your talent, of which Nigerians appreciated.
Barrister Shehu, because we are really rushing, we're trying to manage time. We need to go. Just if you were to advise Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, just like you have said, would you advise him to run as a presidential candidate again?
I am a father of the nation. None of the political parties in Nigeria that are existing without Atiku supporters. He should just retire, allow somebody that has zeal and capability, let him transform all his idea to that person, propel him, or he should remain and consolidate what they intended as founding fathers of this party. I believe if Atiku can retire and sit down as a father of the nation, believe me, he will be much be respected more than even a retired president, because all right. The nook and crannies of Nigeria he has supporters,
all right.
And they will be trooping to him.
All right, sir.
Of the political party they belong.
All right, sir. Thank you so much.
He will appease them, and he will put more weight in emerging in the state they were, regardless
all right,
of the
Barrister
political
Shehu,
party.
thank you so much.
This is my personal view, and this is how I wish my father to be.
All right, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I know you have a lot to say, sir, but I understand that we really need to go right now. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for your time. It's been a pleasure having you. Dr. Pedro Obaseki, former campaign consultant to Atiku Abubakar, thank you so much. And also Barrister Tahir Shehu is the chairman of the PDP Adamawa State. Once again, gentlemen, thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.
Many thanks for staying with us. It's still Politics HQ, and of course, joining me right now to discuss the matter that we have for today's Oladimeji Fabiyi is the former director of the People's Democratic Party Presidential Campaign, and also George Turnah, the Zonal Secretary of the South-South Zone of the People's Democratic Party. Thank you for your time, gentlemen. Mr. Turnah, thank you for joining. Let me start with you. The resignation of Alhaji Atiku Abubakar from your party, the People's Democratic Party, he cited irreconcilable differences and sort of also inferred that the party has deviated from its fundamental principles. What's your reaction, sir? 30 seconds.
Yeah, thank you. First of all, let me, good evening and good evening, Nigerians. Let me say that on the 31st of August, 2013, His Excellency Alhaji Atiku Abubakar led about 7 governors of the PDP out of Ego Square in Abuja, venue of our special convention, and that signaled the beginning of our crisis that led to the loss of power by the PDP. Now, they left the party, formed the NPDP. From there, they had a merger with the APC, and they were all in the APC, got the PDP out of power, and that has been our sad history. Alhaji Atiku Abubakar had left this party for about a 4th record time, if I mean, even as a sitting vice president. So it's really not a surprise, per se. And so there's not much to even react, to the circumstances and situations that have maybe used as excuse for leaving are not different from what they have always said in all of the previous occasions that they left. So the point is, at what point do you provide leadership? At what stage do you pick up responsibility as a leader? as a founding father, as a former vice president of this party, a two-time holder of our presidential flag bearer of this party. If there is irreconcilable crisis in the party, then don't stop. I mean, look at the records. Look at the records. So first of all, it exposes the fact that some, I don't want to sound, but it shows that if I cannot, in all the profile that I've been submitted with the former vice president, if he cannot fix crisis or conflicts within the PDP, inevitable. I mean, it's a political party. People from all walks of life, different backgrounds, with different interests and opinions and everything. Must be disagreement. The ability of leadership to put together a house and ensure that diverse opinions and views and interests are put on the table in a manner that they are resolved in the overall interest of the party. It what shows leadership, and say that is not the case, then the leadership is not there. Leadership is not there.
All right, Mr. Turnah, I'll come to you. I'll come to you because you said quite a number of things that more or less the party, would definitely move on. But I'd like to pick from what you said and direct that question to Mr. Fabiyi, the former director of the PDP Presidential Campaign. For some political, will I call it observers right now, they feel that, since we've seen the exit of major bigwigs within the party, many feel that what is left of the PDP is the carcass. For some, they feel that the umbrella is not just leaking anymore, it's torn. Do you think this is the case? And do you also think that the exit of Nigeria's former vice president from the PDP is a strategic move politically?
Say that I just want to plead to the members of the media that this matter should be laid to rest because action has been taken by Atiku and so many other leaders of the party. As for me, I'm tired of talking about it because the action has been taken and I don't think anybody can reverse that. Anybody, however anybody feels, they can only feel it in their mind and say what they want to say. I think Nigeria has a lot of more issues to attend to than all of this. Somebody leaving, because I don't know how Atiku's leaving the party. He's going to put food on people's table. I don't know Atiku's leaving the party. I don't know how that one is resolving the economic challenges in this country. More.
I'm sorry. This also contributes. This also contributes to the issues on ground because at the end of the day, people would also want to know, if at all, the direction of leadership. So
enough. I believe enough has been said about it. Atiku has left PDP. PDP should go with their.
Okay, maybe I should change my question and ask you a more direct question. Do you think? I'm sorry, sir. Do you think?
This is my challenge. It's not monologue. You ask a question. Let me answer.
Okay, please go ahead.
Let me answer you now.
Go ahead.
Let me answer you. It's not a monologue. So what I'm saying is that Atiku has left the party. Even when Atiku was not the problem, they said it was a problem. And now he has honorably, boldly, courageously stepped aside. He has paid the biggest sacrifice anybody can pay for a party. If they don't see it that way, they said it's a problem. Now the problem has left. PDP should face their warrant. So this is exactly my point. And we need to move on from here. Atiku, political destiny is in his hands. It's not in the hands of people saying he has left many times. A lot of people have left many times. President has left many times. Late Buhari has left. Peter Obi has left. I don't know why that is an issue. So please, let us just face what really matters to us in this country. The coalition is there. Ask questions about them. What are they bringing to the table? PDP is there. What are they bringing to the table? That is it. APC is the worst. We know where APC has taken everybody. So, gentlemen of the press, I want to plead. Let's focus on more better issues than all of this one, please.
Okay, thank you for fast-tracking this conversation. So that will take me to my next question to you, sir. Let's talk about the coalition. Do you think it's wise for Nigeria's former Vice President, Atiku Abubakar, to run again, you know, on the presidential ticket, or he should sit back and become an elder statesman?
Why should he, if number one is under the constitution, is qualified to run, if he feels his health is good, and he still, the Atiku that I know is very sane, is very cerebral, he still relates with both low and high. So what was stopping from running? Let me tell you, there's no IOU in politics, because if there's IOU in politics, Peter Obi wouldn't have run against him in 2023, because he brought Peter Obi to limelight, national limelight again, when people are even forgetting that he was a former governor. So why would anybody want to sabotage this man? Why would everybody, who is afraid of Atiku Abubakar? Go to the field. Anybody who has the capacity to run should throw themselves into the ring. Why would they sabotage this generation? You say this generation have been the one that mess up the country. And the best thing I feel we can do is to allow them to fix the country before they go. We need his experience. We need his capacity. We need everything he has to redeem this country. And that is why, if he wants to run, it's his constitutional right to run. Nobody should sabotage him. Nobody should demonize Atiku Abubakar. They should rather demonize the president that is failing. President is there. Why can't they demonize who is on the seat that is not doing well? If Atiku Abubakar alone, bring your, if you can run, come to the, I will support Atiku if he wants to run. I will encourage him to run because I believe he can do it. He has the experience, he has the wherewithal, he has everything it takes to lead this country. That nobody in this country can match for now.
All right, and let me leave you for a moment, sir. Let me come back to George Turnah. Judge, if you can hear me, are you there? Okay, I understand that we lost connection with Mr. Turnah. Let me come back to you, sir. Mr. Fabiyi. Mr. Fabiyi, you said that, yes, it's within his constitutional right to run, and that, in your personal opinion, you feel is the best fit for to fix issues, even though some Nigerians are expressing concern that we are seeing the same leaders that many Nigerians might attribute to the problems that we are facing coming back again or recycling themselves to say they can fix these issues. I'm going to just put it to you. Sir, what fresh ideas do you think they can come up with that would address the issues that, according to some Nigerians, they have created?
So let me ask this question. What are those things that the people they want to take over, what do they have that Atiku does not have? If you tell me, on what basis are you asking Atiku not to run to take the back seat and be what do they call it? Is it in time? If you tell me that Atiku does not have the experience, I will say, okay, yes, I will look at it. He doesn't have, why will you run?
What do you think of his age? Do you think age is a factor, sir? Sorry to interrupt you. Do you think age is a factor?
I'll say, okay, so what do they have that Atiku does not have? That is the question.
Do you think age is a factor?
That Atiku does not have.
Do you think age is a factor? Age?
What has it got to do with leadership? In America today, that we tell our democracy after, the man there is almost 80 years, and he still have about 2-3 more years to go. The man that left behind him before him was 80 years. And even if we don't want to talk about this climb, what about what we have had? In France, when they ran into trouble, they went back to Charles de Gaulle, who is more experienced to come and fix the country. They went back to those reserves. In the United Kingdom, Winston Churchill was brought back to come and fix the country. In Malaysia, they want to bring a 92-year-old man to come and fix it. In South Africa, Nelson Mandela went to jail and came back after 70, became the president, and he fixed the country. So what is wrong with us in this country? Why are we sabotaging the older generation? Let me tell you, my brother, I don't have any problem with the call for generational change because the calls are very valid. But it must not be mistaken for generational sabotage. Nigerians are beginning to sabotage these people. For me, one day I'm going to get at their level. I will not allow anybody to come and sabotage me because for what I know I can still do. It's not right for this country. We have to take emotion away from those who are defecting, those who are leaving the parties. They are not doing because of emotion. They are doing because of strategies. So that's why I don't blame anybody who has left, who has gone, because it's strategy to win. If Buhari did not go to Lagos and meet Tinubu, may he so rest, he may not be president.
All right.
So what are we talking about?
All right, my final question to you, sir.
Sabotaging this generation. My
final question to you before I let you go. There's also the talk, even though we know it's not a written law, the issue of zoning, that for now, the presidency should be zoned to a certain region. You are laughing. So should be zoned to a certain region.
It's a very funny question to me. It's a very funny question.
Okay, so what do you think of the idea of zoning the presidency to a region for now?
I laugh because it's a very, for me, it's irrelevant. It's a very funny question. And let me tell you two reasons why it is very funny. Now, we have had people from every zone. Obasanjo was in this country as a president. Yet, people complained that they didn't feel the government. Yaradua was there from the north, Buhari was there from the south, Jonathan was there. There are people still complaining. So who has zoning help? Let me tell you, zoning is just a political gimmicks to advance self-interest, selfish interest. As far as I'm concerned, it doesn't work with our democracy. America that we tell our democracy after, do they zone? Are using zone? Why are we still backward? Why do we want to remain backward? It has to be merit, somebody who can fix the country. And I see Atiku Abubakar in that mode. Whether he's doing 4 years, he's doing 8 years, let him do whatever he feels he has in his mind to do for this country and fix the country for everybody. The country is badly broken. So I don't support zoning. Zoning, people that are using zoning, they are doing it for their own selfish gain. When we started talking about zoning, I laughed because he didn't talk about zoning when he was running. He started talking about zoning when he lost the presidential ticket. He started talking about zoning when he couldn't become the vice president. He couldn't get the vice president's slot. That's when zoning became an issue. Deceiving us.
All right, Mr. Fabiyi, thank you so much.
No more than this.
I would like to pick from what you said. You made reference to Nyesom Wike, and I'll go back to Mr. George Turnah on this one. The influence of Wike, in the People's Democratic Party, and in your own words, your final, your advice or your comment as regards Alhaji Atiku Abubakar in 30 seconds. What would you advise him, as regards the future in politics? Should he still contest? Turnah, the question is for you. 30 seconds.
Okay, yeah. Yes. The gentleman there is talking as if this is going to be the first time Alhaji Atiku Abubakar was going to contest for the presidency of Nigeria. Atiku, with all due respect, is contested and all over. So the fact that Nigerians are not ready or willing to elect him as president is obvious. So he shouldn't talk about it now. Alhaji Atiku Abubakar and co were the ones who said that President Jonathan had no right to contest because to them it was the turn of the North by the zoning of our presidency in the party a few years ago. So what have changed? Atiku Abubakar, when it was the turn for the North to complete the second term of Muhammadu Buhari, no Southerner contested. In fact, even Nyesom Wike supported the then governor of Sokoto to be presidential candidate. And when he didn't get it, and Alhaji Atiku got it, Wike was on board. And I did all they could for, to ensure that even deliver Atiku University. This election, their own flag. What did Wike do that is coming to now? It's not that Buhari's 8 years presidency. It is normal that it returns to the South. And we said so. These guys manipulated the entire system and took the national chairman to the North, took the vice presidential candidate to the North, came with the idea of throwing everything open because they had the numbers. And then we found ourselves where we messed up everything, and then today we are crying. And those who created this, as I said, right from 2013, moved out of Eagle Square. And the guys that Jonathan should not run, that it was the turn of the North to complete the ticket by the way the party have arranged the alternation between the North and the South. Left this party, created so much problem for us, came back to back the ticket of the party, wasted it in 2019, wasted it again in 2023, and we should head for another wastage. No, let's be factual and face it. The future here. What should the generation that created it for?
All right, George Turnah, we need to go. We need to go.
Well, Atiku is done, and you know that we are moving on. This is not the first time we're leaving and the party moved on.
Okay.
The party is moving on.
And I'm sure that will definitely bring you on this program again to know exactly what next. is the move for the People's Democratic Party. All right, thank you so much, gentlemen. It's been a pleasure having you. Thank you so much, Mr. Fabiyi, and also George Turnah. It's been a pleasure. Thank you. All right, at this point, this is where we drop the curtains. In case you missed out, you can catch up on our YouTube platform. That's at News Central TV. You can also choose to follow us across social media. The handle is there on your screen. You can choose to follow me personally at Dakbo at Digboye. Until I come your way again, good night.